Time for Sony's conference. Now, you guys know that I had some expectations for Sony's conference, and while some of the games that I expected weren't there, overall my expectations were basically met to some degree. I thought it was a good conference. Not great, but good. And I know some people really think it was great or shit, and I think both sides are wrong. Now, let me explain why I personally think that the conference was good. Though I gotta admit, there's a lot of bias in the media. Like, if you look at the thing that, IGN posted, they're like, oh, they dropped the mic with that Uncharted 4 demo. Oh, yeah, that's such unbiased coverage, yeah. You are a games journalist website. You were supposed to be unbiased. Jesus Christ. This is why the industry is doomed. When you have these fucking games journalists actually hosting or presenting for companies and hyping their games. But that's a story for another day. So, first off, they start with this boring montage, and then they start strong with The Last Guardian. I know some of you really didn't like this, but I did. I thought it was great. I thought it was a great demo. Really cool, and just showing that the game is still existing and coming out next year. Not sure when, but hey. And here, next, what they did, this was just awesome. I love this. Horizon, Guerrillas' new game. I knew it was gonna be there. It was fantastic. I think this is the one game that everybody saw this and agreed that it was fantastic. Everybody. This was the best thing at Sony's E3. It wasn't Uncharted, it was this. This was fantastic. It just looks awesome. Like dinosaur robots roaming a post-apocalyptic landscape where it was like sci-fi human advancement and everything just stopped. And now you got these guys with bows and stuff, and it looks so cool. It looks so great. And then, a CGI trailer for Hitman. CGI trailers, you know how I feel. And then talking about, you know, platform exclusive contracts. You guys know how I feel about platform exclusive contracts. And then they had Street Fighter V, which, again, you know, whatever. Then they announced that they're gonna have a beta for that on, I think in July. Then this new Media Molecule game that we knew was gonna come. Very strange. It's this game called Dreams, and, I'm not really sure what it's about. It seems like you use the controller motion for some reason to basically craft stuff and make dreams and things. Looks cool, but I don't know how many people are really gonna spend that much time on it. Definitely not in the camp where you had people, like, fucking morons saying, oh, what is this shit? Like, it looks cool. At least they're trying something new. This is why the industry is doomed. Gamers don't like these new ideas when they try them. But yeah, that looked pretty cool. And then Destiny, the Taken King, or whatever the hell that was. I didn't even stay for that. I went off and did other stuff when that came on. Yeah, you know, this was where it started to fall apart for me. This is where it kind of starts to fall apart. There was this game called Firewatch. Not sure what it was really about. It did look cool. But it's a multi-platform game. You know, it's timed exclusive. And then, here's the thing that a lot of people say is the reason why Sony won E3. It was after this World of Final Fantasy or whatever this was. I'm sorry if I'm going out of order, but this World of Final Fantasy, I was doing something else. I didn't really care about this. Then, Square Enix announced Final Fantasy VII, a remake is happening. Look, I'm not the biggest fan of Final Fantasy. I don't really care about it, and I feel like Final Fantasy VII is overrated as hell, just based on the look of it. But look, I get that people are excited for this, and that's great. But why are people saying that this is a PlayStation exclusive? It's not. It's first on PlayStation means multi-platform game. It's timed. So saying that Sony won E3 because of that, no. I don't think so. And then after that, they announced that Shenmue 3 is going to be made. And this was kind of insulting to my intelligence. Like, you had Shenmue 3, and they're doing a Kickstarter for it. Which they raised their goal in less than a day. And while I'm glad, because I never played Shenmue, I didn't have a Dreamcast. And while I know a lot of people are looking forward to Shenmue 3, why do they need to do a Kickstarter for it? I don't understand why Sony didn't just pay for the development and make it an exclusive instead of a multi-platform game because it's on PS4 and PC. Yeah, I don't know. I suppose it's just because they knew that people would pay for it. They knew that if they did this, that people would willingly hand over money for it. And then Devolver started announcing all of these new games coming to the PS4, which was cool. They all looked really cool. I didn't see this part. I was doing something else, but PlayStation 4 unlocks exclusive Assassin's Creed Syndicate DLC. Yeah. Assassin's Creed, don't give a shit. Now, this pissed me off. This actively pissed me off. Sony started talking about TV, and people were clapping. That blew my mind. If Microsoft spent 2 minutes talking about TV, you all would have jumped down their throats. When Sony did it, you cheered. I don't get it. This double standard, where Sony can do TV crap at E3, and you fuckers will cheer. I hated that. I don't care about TV at an E3 conference. I don't care. And then they started talking about Project Morpheus games. There was this new one from Guerrilla Cambridge. It was called Riggs. Don't really care about VR. And then, Call of Duty. So now Call of Duty's doing their partnership with PlayStation, which did surprise me. Like, when it wasn't at their conference, I basically thought so. But before that, we weren't really sure. But yeah, they're doing their partnership with it. And I don't really care about Call of Duty, so, yeah. And I think there was also something for, like, Batman or something. But you guys know that I don't give a fuck about Batman Arkham Knight with the DLC. And then Disney Infinity. I mean, what the fuck were they thinking? Disney Infinity. And then Star Wars Battlefront. It was like co-op. You know, I don't really care about Battlefront, because it's lacking content. And then they end the show strong with Uncharted 4, which was a pretty cool demo, though it did derp during the conference. So, overall, you know, when I read back through that list, yeah, it was good. It was good. It wasn't like so much better than Microsoft's conference when you actually look through what they said, because the big problem here is that a lot of what they showed were multi-platform games, because they were timed exclusive or on PS4 and PC. You know, and then they showed CGI trailers, which you cheered for. You cheered for a CGI trailer of Final Fantasy VII instead of gameplay. I get it, you're cheering for the announcement, but fuck, I mean, seriously, it's a CGI trailer. And a lot of double standards I'm noticing, like, you know, Microsoft would do the same things and they wouldn't get that kind of cheer. And for me, it's dumb to say that Sony won E3 because of multiplats that they showed. For me, I like Sony's conference because The Last Guardian looked cool, Horizon looked amazing, I liked the Uncharted 4 demo, I was interested in the stuff that they were doing with that Dreams game. Things like that were the reason why I liked their conference. The reason why I didn't like a lot of elements of their conference was the TV shit, and talking about multiplats, and timed exclusives, and CGI trailers. You know? I mean, crap, like, it wasn't like that good. I enjoyed it, and my reaction to it before, I think, was based on the fact that I wasn't really paying attention to the number of things that they showed, because when you read back through it, and you look at what they showed, you do actually notice that they didn't show as many first-party games as they should have. Microsoft showed, I think they showed a few more, actually. But the problem was that I didn't like their demos, whereas the demos that we saw here were actually impressive. But hey, there you go. I thought that it was good. Definitely not like amazing like some people were saying it was. I don't think it was shit, for sure. I don't think it was bad like some people are saying, but it was good. I'd say if it was a grade, it'd probably be like a B. Something like that. A B. Or a B plus, maybe. Maybe. So, I'd say, yeah, it was good. So, I guess, okay job, Sony. Like, there was stuff you could have done better. You could have not wasted as much time on CGI trailers and third-party games, but still, okay, it was pretty good.